In today's video, I'm going to share with you a really simple tip, how focusing on where your elbows are and the connection between them is really going to help your backswing and your downswing and improve your impact for more speed, more consistency. Make sure you check this video out. Jon Watts here from the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me out on the golf course, and today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is all going to be about our elbows and the connection of our elbows. Now, this is a real simple swing thought that could actually fix a lot of faults in the backswing, the downswing, into impact as well. If you're new to my channel, if you enjoy the content of this video, please do consider subscribing. If you hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live. All the info also from my social media just coming on the bottom of the screen, well worth checking me out on there. I'm going to demonstrate today's video with a driver, but this is relevant with any golf club. So I don't care whether we're talking about wedges, irons, hybrids, doesn't matter. It's going to be the same thought, the same process. And I'm going to be talking about trying to keep your elbows closer together. So I'm going to go through some faults that I quite often see. So in the backswing, quite often we see the trail elbow. So for me as a right-handed golfer, my right elbow staying too high on the way back here, or actually working too high perhaps on the backswing. Now there are one or two obviously very good players with a very high right elbow, trail elbow at the top of the backswing, but they change their trail elbow movement in the downswing. If you can do that and repeat the movement consistently, then that's absolutely fine. What we'd like to see with that trail elbow is it folding correctly, and we want to start to see it's not quite going to get to 90 degrees. It depends on flexibility, of course, of your shoulder blade, your rotator cuff, but we want to see that elbow down, so we want to see the elbow somewhere pointing back of heels or just behind, wouldn't be too far off. It will depend, as I said, on flexibility. We want that trail elbow to fold, we want it to point down. That helps me keeping some width in the backswing, okay, rather than my arms getting too close together, and it helps me reduce swing length. We often see golfers going too far over swinging, and they're not doing it from creating a big coil, they're just doing it from their flying chicken wing right elbow or the wrists over hinging at the top of the golf swing. So it'll help us create this set position at the top where we've got some width with our arms away from our head and our chest, our trail elbow is folded down here, obviously restricting my swing length. On the downswing, what we want to start to see with the trail elbow is it staying flexed, so relatively close, keeping its original position from our lead arm or lead elbow. So my elbows are still pretty close together. A fault we often see is someone's trail elbow on the downswing again moving out too much. We might get the odd few golfers where they're really trying to work it in and they change posture, but the normal fault is really the trail elbow staying high, throwing that club away, so we lose a lot of our lag, our speed, potential speed with throwing it away too early in the downswing. So we really want to try and keep that bent closer in front of my hip, so I've created some stored energy, some lag here to deliver into golf ball. And then on the way through, we want our lead arm, so our lead elbow, to fold. Again, my elbows are relatively close together, rather than, again, a fault that we tend to see is elbow separation, a chicken wing on the way through where the lead arm stays too high. So the simple swing thought is going to be connecting the elbows, keeping them closer together on the backswing, on the downswing, and on the through swing. So I've created a set distance between my elbows at setup, and I want to feel like I maintain that by allowing that trail elbow to fold. My elbows are still relatively close together here in the backswing. They're staying close together because I'm keeping some flex in that trail elbow, not letting it go high. Some elbows are close. Arms are reaching extension, but you can still see arms, elbows are close together. And then my lead arm will start to fold. So again, my elbows are very close together on the way through. So there is no disconnection, whether that's in the backswing, whether that's on the downswing, throwing the lag away here, or whether that's a chicken wing release where the left arm stays too high on the way through. Elbows close is what we want to see. The fault is normally elbows working too far out away from each other. So I would use this drill, I think, just simply at home, just getting the right sensations, the right feels. Whether it's, you know, in the house or in the garden, get that sensation of keeping your elbows close together. If you suffer with any one of those faults, whether it's on the backswing, on the downswing, casting, or throwing the lag away, or the chicken wing release on the way through, I just want you to think about keeping those elbows closer together. And you can see that just doing those swing feelings of elbows close together creates a really good backswing, downswing, holding that lag, and through swing position. So let me just see if I can go ahead and hit one with that feeling of keeping my elbows closer together. So elbows closer together, staying closer together, and closer together on the way through. So it's going to be a great swing thought for me, backswing, downswing impact. So that felt very solid, just down that left side. Really got that sensation. Let's hit one more.
Is there something else I can help with?
The only problem when you're filming is you get Siri trying to talk to you. So, elbows close together in the backswing by allowing that trail elbow to fold. Elbows staying close together. That's the downswing pre-impact position we really want to see. And then we want to allow that lead arm to fold on the way through. So again, my elbows are close together. One last shot. That hit middle fairway. Really happy with the ball flight there. Definitely got that sensation of... Well, that hit middle fairway. Really happy with the ball flight there. Definitely got that sensation of where my elbows were. It's really a practice at home, and then you can take that feel to a practice swing on the golf course to bleed it into your real movement. But just focusing on where my elbows are fixes a lot of faults, and it doesn't get too technical. I'm not thinking anything majorly technical. I'm just focusing on trying to keep my elbows close together. You could do a simple drill where you could just tie like a stretch band, a TheraBand, something like that around your arms, and try and keep some connection there between those arms. You might have seen there's a training aid out there, figure of 8 strap, where it links around both arms again to try and keep them together rather than the arms separating. Any of those exercises, but for me, I can feel that in a practice swing, and then I can start to take that to the golf course. I hope this video has helped. As I mentioned there at the start, if it has, hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can, and if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing.